With AMNTS, Admire in these shoes. And today is a very special episode because we're not going to be just talking to an individual, but rather an organization that is for the community, by the community, and named community with one M. I want to welcome Sean and Shannon Scott, the founders of Community Made LA. Thank you for being on the show. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to talk about some shoes. Hell yeah. Well, you guys are going along. Let's go. Can you tell us where we are? What is this community?
This is the Arts District, and it's this unique combination of artists and small businesses. This all used to be manufacturing.
Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Salt Lake City, Utah. Sean was born in Key Biscayne, Florida. So yeah, kind of came coastal and we're here together in LA. But we've lived in the LA community for over 20 years.
Yeah, this is home for sure. So how did you guys meet? Was it through the shoe industry?
Shockingly, yes. We met at ASICS about 25 years ago. We were working together. I was on the product side, and Shannon was on the marketing side, but working in the same product categories. And I like to say I fell in love with her competence.
What drew you to the shoe industry?
There's no rhyme or reason to those paths. I think Sean has a more linear one than I did. But yeah, my college degree is computer science.
What?
I'm exactly related to that. I just happened to have a friend who was working at ASICS at the time, and they needed some help. And so I blinded it in and just fell into it, and I loved it.
I, at one point, took a break because I thought, I'm 20 years into this business. I didn't set out to be in the shoe business. Maybe it isn't my chosen path. Well, it turned out when I took a break, I really understood that all these accidental falls into the next job, they fell with purpose, you know. And I love shoes. I'm that guy. I'm always picking up a shoe and bending it, and twisting it, and touching it. It's just who I am. It's just what I do.
How was Community Made conceived?
Oh man, it's like a lot of stories. It was conceived out of a need for something I personally wanted that didn't exist in the market. 95% of shoes are made, you know, in Asia, mass production style. The idea of making shoes here just kept growing and building. And then Shannon was on a similar journey about bringing community into business.
I'm standing here talking to one of the founders of Tom.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
It was amazing. It was 5 guys in the garage that in 8 years became a $500 million company that had a serious impact on the way people do business, doing good for people. There was kind of this perspective shift with Tom's that happened with me and Shannon. We had already been in the shoe business for a while. We were the veterans of that whole scene, right? So we thought, well, we're making shoes, we're selling shoes, and there's a good giving component to it, but that was the end of it. And we went on the first shoe drop where we gave away, we had done business for 6 months, and we went to Argentina, into the jungle, to give away shoes. And we saw firsthand that these shoes actually have a real impact.
What has been the impact from this particular community?
We love LA. When we were talking about starting a business, it wasn't really any debate about that it needed to be somewhere near downtown LA. We came to the Arts District. It was the first stop on what was to be several stops of areas we wanted to look at. And we never really made it out of the Arts District.
So we have walked all around the fabulous Arts District only to land at Community Made Store. Is this it? This is the storefront? Can we go in? Let's go. Can you talk about the thought process between this space?
Yeah, I think what we wanted to envision was really something that people had never really experienced before, because a lot of times the production is separated from the actual retail part of it. So we saw a blend of it, plus we use it for events.
What makes your design aesthetic different?
That's a good question. We wanted to make classic designs kind of that can be worn for a long time. The style is timeless. But we also wanted it to be unique. And you know, how do you make an iconic design? You can't. You can't sit down. We thought about any iconic design comes from its environment. So we thought, let the environment design the shoes to a large part. And here, since labor is such a big consideration, there's less stitching on the shoe. So you see in a lot of the shoes, there's a big panel of leather, like the one you have in your hand. It's really a single piece of leather just stitched in the back. And then what happens is you find that there's all these opportunities that open up. Leather is this amazing material that will stretch in certain areas, pull in other areas. It's antimicrobial, it's breathable. And if you're using a bunch of pieces and stitching them together, you don't let the leather do its thing. So we found that we have a much more comfortable, longer lasting shoe by letting the environment design it.
I know sustainability is a huge asset to your company. Can you talk about why sustainability is so important to you?
Overseas mass production. It's just riddled with sustainability issues, from coal burning factories to shortcuts in sustainability in the manufacturing itself. There just isn't that consideration that we have here. We really wanted to find a way to do it better. And if we're here, we can monitor all aspects of the production, including the sustainability from the very beginning.
So Shannon, these are some amazingly cool cheetah print shoes you got on here. I have to ask, do you guys exclusively wear your own shoes?
That's a really good question. I'd say 90% of the time we're in our own shoes. We're out doing true athletic endeavors. We've got biking shoes, I've got, yoga after.
Right.
So yeah, for specific athletic endeavors, we've got truly athletic shoes. That's where we came from. So we gotta ask, walking with this amazing pair of shoes, tell us about your shoes.
These are a pair of New Rock boots. This is a company from Barcelona, but I wore these especially today because they are a special made to order brand. And they are also a very sustainable conscious leather company because they also do vegan leather.
Love those shoes, but we have a pair for you that's really special that isn't even on the market yet that we'd love for you to try on. It's a variation of our new traction shoe, but let's go check those out. That same 85% recycled content for the mock midsole that we talked about. This colorway is so fresh that it actually really goes with your your amazing outfit today. So,
This is Noah, who is in charge of our shoemaking.
Noah, nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us who you are and what you do for Community Made?
I'm Noah. I work with the design, development, and production of our shoes. So anything from a drawing, whether that's us drawing something that we want to have made, or a customer going through the drawing that they want to have some kind of prototype made, something like that. And then the drawing to a finished shoe. So I manage all that stuff.
So I think I just died and have gone to shoe heaven. I'm here in my favorite space, the Cobbler Station, and we are about to start the process of creating an AMNCS by Community Made shoe with my main man Noah here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Noah, can you please walk us through the process so we can get this done?
Yeah, so with custom shoes, you can do anything from coming with a completely unique design. It's like whether you have a very professional design done, or if you just have a drawing on a napkin, we can go off that, you can do whatever. Or you can build a custom shoe based off of our existing style. So, one of the things we love seeing people do is take a design that is on one sole, like this one, so this upper design, and then put it on a different sole and just change the colors. And these are the same upper designs. You can see the same pattern pieces.
Right.
But by doing different colors, by doing different textures, and putting it on a different sole, you end up with a completely different shoe.
Can we see some fabrics?
Yeah, let's go to the linen wall. So this is our material wall. We have tons of different colors of lights here. We have some vegan materials that we're prototyping up here. These are lining materials on this side. And then we have like sole and foam materials on the bottom. So we have some leather suppliers that we work with that are global and local, and we also have factories that we work with who just have big piles of dead stock.
Oh,
that are
wow.
like from their big production lines that didn't have anything to do with this leftover material that they'll just sell to us, and so we can get this wild stuff, and it's technically waste material because they weren't going to use it. Right. Whereas the post-industrial stuff we can still find use for. So that's actually what this was, that gold python, and we were able to pull from one of those factories. The next part of the process is choosing your particular materials,
Okay.
and applying it to the design that we make. So basically we'll put together a mock-up for you of like a high top version of the shoe you put it out, and then we'll figure out like what color combos you want, and then you apply the materials here to that. Dude, this is gonna be a cool shoe.
So I know giving back is a huge component of community made. I mean, you're in the community, you're for the community. Can you talk about the organizations that you work with and why you've chosen to work with them?
The first group that we work with locally is Street Poets for the arts. The second is Youth Mentor Connection for education. And then the third is People Concern for the homeless. And each of these groups work with at-risk population. And really the idea is that it's about a sustainable solution. So we talk about giving a hand up versus just a handout. We love that. So we get to work with them on a daily basis. Sean's on the board at Street Poets. So, these are people that are out there doing, amazing work, and we just want to make sure that they're supported. We drive by Skid Row every day, and we have, a lot of the unhoused population coming by, and as much as possible, we try and get them, on a path to sustainability for themselves. And, I think it's just such a great reminder to us to be in somebody else's shoes. No pun intended. Really think about what their day is like and acknowledging that they're going through struggles and how can we help them. But that's what a community is. It's supporting each other. It's not just about the single. It's about, it's not me, it's me.
What is it in your personal life that has, just inspired you to have the awareness that you do to come to a community and really try to give back to them? Like, what is that about? Why are you doing that?
Well, my short answer is when I worked at ASICS, the founder, he really started the company to help his community in Kobe after World War II for playing in the street without shoes, and he felt sports was really a great way to bring them all back together. He just started making shoes for his community to help, build it back up again. But I think as you go through life, you kind of, when you get older and see things that are happening, and you can't not get involved. It's just not an option anymore. You have to take responsibility for other people.
Guys, this has been an incredible episode, getting to know the community. This is the community, and this is exactly where the products are made. It's made with a lot of love. It is a labor of love, and we love that you tuned in with us. We want to thank the entire team. We've got Noah, we've got Herbert, we've got Eric, we've got Sean, we've got Shannon, and we've got Jay Mallory McCree. This is AMNTS, A Mile in These Shoes. We love you. Thank you.